back, everyone. We're here today on episode 2497 of the Cabral Concept, and we are going to be building off of our show 2 weeks ago, which taught you how to add over 3 years of life expectancy to your life, meaning reversing your biological age in just 8 weeks' time. So it is my hypothesis, since this study was only done looking at blood-based markers over a 2-month period, by making certain dietary, exercise, a lot of things that we talk about from the de-stress protocol and the rain barrel effect, making those changes in just 2 months' time added 3 years more to their life expectancy. I thought that was absolutely amazing research. We've known about this for some time, but to actually put the pen to paper, as they say, and publish that research is fantastic, because I think we'll see more longer term studies being done. And a write-up that I did for my Equal Life health coaching team was this. I said, I believe that if the study was longer, if it looked over a period of maybe a year and a half to 2 years time, you would see that it would have added somewhere, let's say, between 8 and 12 years more life expectancy to a person's life. That means instead of just adding 3.23 years, which was the exact parameters that they, not parameters, but the exact number that they gave based on an average of the participants in the study, I think you'd see it be much greater. Again, because the body would then be able to change at a cellular level over the course of multiple 90 to 120 day turnovers. So I've done a show on all the different tissues of the body and how some turnover in a matter of days, essentially hours, and some take years. But when we look at the red blood cells and how that actually fuels the body, and when we look at mitochondria and all these things, really we're looking at 90 days. I mean, that's the best way to look at it. And it's very interesting because in Ayurveda, they look at things in 42-day timeframes. And so when we look at that, well, that's basically 2 Ayurvedic turnovers in the body. And that's 6 weeks. We use 12 weeks in the majority of the protocols for our practice. And oftentimes some of them are 6 weeks, like our heavy metal detox, parasite-based protocol, 2 21-day cycles, etc. So again, there's a lot that we can still learn from Ayurvedic medicine, a lot that we need to relearn because it's been forgotten over the years. But when I look at this, I say, okay, 120 days, what am I looking at? 4 months. Okay, so I've got 4 months time, 3 months is the minimum. So I've got either 4 turns per year or 3 turns per year. And in the study, they didn't even do 1 full turn of the human body, like of the cells, not the whole human body, but the cells. Okay, so to me, that means, like, again, if we extend this study to even twice the length, I think we would have seen more to 4 to 5 years in just 120-day time period. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, please do head on over to stevencabral.com/2497. That is today's show notes page. I'll link up the research. I'll link up the podcast, which was actually, if you want the direct link, it was 2482. But what I want to do is share with you maybe one part of the study that was brand new to you, that maybe was even gleaned over by myself, because I was really trying to focus on simple things that you could implement. Meaning, like, I know for sure that you could take the shopping list that I left you at 2482. I know for sure there was like 3 nutritional supplements. That's it from this study. I know for sure you can do that. And then I know for sure that I know it's not easy, like it's something that we need to do, but you could do the intermittent fasting, which was just 7 at night to 7 in the morning. Okay, so now we've got the intermittent fasting part of it too. So it's like, okay, what's one more thing? Well, they asked you that you exercise 30 minutes a day. I know that's more of an aspect, that's more time-wise. Everybody needs to eat. It's super simple, right? I've got my supplements right here on my desk. I leave some at work. I've got some at home. Easy to take. Okay, that's no effort really at all. Intermittent fasting, you just have to stop eating after dinner. Like, that's the hard part for most people, but that can be done, right? And so then it's like, all right, now what do we add in? Well, we add in the exercise. There was that. And then we add in this thing called the relaxation response. And I want to go over that today, because I think a lot of people would say, well, I'm just going to out exercise and out supplement, aging. And I think that there's something to that for sure. Hermetic stressors for the plant-based foods, hermetic stressors for and antioxidants, of course, and hermetic stressors for the exercise. But what we can't do is really pay attention to this thing called the parasympathetic nervous system. This is turning off fight or flight. We know that Alzheimer's, higher levels of cardiovascular disease, even glucose levels with type 2 diabetes is linked to higher levels of cortisol and stress. So today I want to focus on the topic that nobody wants to talk about, and that's actually relaxation. All right, so we have to start to build this into our routine. I'm gonna give you exactly what they used in the study, but I don't think it's the end all be all. Like, they used one thing in the study. I think that you could use many other modalities to calm your central nervous system, okay? So again, everything is gonna be linked at stephencabral.com/2497, and that includes the original research, the dietary guidelines that I left for you, as well as the relaxation response, all right? So let's get started. And I'm going to give credit where credit is due, because I always do try to do that. And this was published, at least where I see it, on Integrative Touch. No relation to the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute. It's called the Integrative Touch. And essentially, this is by Dr. Benson. And Dr. Benson and the team detail, Herbert Benson, they detail basically turning off this fight or flight thing that I spoke about before. He wrote a book called The Relaxation Revolution. I don't believe that I've read it yet. I'll certainly check it out for sure. But I actually wanted just to give you the meditation right now. It's for 10 to 20 minutes, and ideally twice a day. So 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night, that would suffice. Even if you just did it once a day, that would be great in the evening as well, to turn off that sympathetic nervous system, right? Not completely, of course, but really to calm down those cortisol levels, allow your body to get into a better, deeper sleep. Okay, let's dig in. So the first part is this, and there are only 6 parts. Very simple. You're not gonna be able to do this if you're driving, if you're walking right now, but do try to, if you're just listening, if you're just at home, just try to follow along with these simple 6 steps right now as I take you through it. That will actually take less than 10 minutes right now. All right, so the first step is this: sit quietly in a comfortable position. So I'm gonna give you my take on all this as well, because I've been doing this and studying all this for many, many years as a sick kid. I can literally, every time I talk about meditation, I go back to me. I was 24 years old. I was sitting in my first apartment in Boston. It was what they call garden level. That means basically basement. And I'm in this, and I'm practicing my meditation. I'm trying to do all the things that you're supposed to do to get well. And every time I would sit on the floor and try to cross my legs, it was unbelievably uncomfortable. I'm not the largest individual in the world. I have dense muscles though, and it is, yes, I foam roll, and yes, I stretch. I get it, I understand. But it's not comfortable. I don't have long legs. It's not comfortable for me to sit in a meditative-based position with crossed legs. It's just not. But I would do it anyways, and then I'd say, you know, all I can think about right now is the pain and the tightness right now in my hips, specifically my TFL, right where the psoas is, right beside it. And so I'd say, you know what, I'm just gonna lie down. And then I would lie down, and then I know I was supposed to be meditating, but I was always so exhausted I would just fall asleep. So I was like, this is not working at all. So eventually I said, listen, if I'm supposed to meditate, I need to be in a chair. Like, I need to be somewhere that I can relax, so that I can just focus on being relaxed, right? Like, that was it. So if you are in the same position in one way or another, maybe not exactly the same as where I was, it's okay. Like, it's okay to meditate sitting in a chair. It really is. Like, it's totally fine. All right. So you're going to sit in a comfortable position, cross-legged, maybe lying down if you don't fall asleep, or seated upright in a chair like I am right now with my back not even on the chair, or your back on a chair. Again, if you're watching this on video, of course, you can see what I'm doing. All right, the second part is this: close your eyes. Why do we close our eyes when meditating? Well, the truth is that we need to take in less stimuli, right? So less stimulus in general. And because that then does what? It quiets our input, right? If we have less input, we have less to think about with our mind going, round and round and round. Okay, so we're gonna close our eyes and we're gonna relax. Now, we're going to deeply, this is directly from Dr. Benson, deeply relax all of your muscles, beginning at your feet and progressing up to your face, keeping them relaxed. Now, I'm gonna break this down a bit more, because I've gone through this process with many, many people through hypnosis and all sorts of different things. Hypnosis from a mindset healing-based perspective. And sometimes they start at the head and sometimes at the feet, right? So I've done it both ways. You can absolutely do it either way. So if you've heard 2 different ways, definitely do that. This is basically one of the best ways to fall asleep really fast too. So I know I'm not talking about this in terms of falling asleep, but this is literally what they train like special forces and people in, is like how to get into a deep sleep faster. And this is one way. So you basically just start with your toes, and you can like tighten your toes if you want, and then relax them. Tighten your feet if you want, and then relax them. You're always doing it with your breath, but you're basically just calling attention to your calves, and then you're relaxing them. Your upper legs, and relaxation. Your glutes and hips, relax. You're going to go through it slower than I am right now. Your abdomen, relax. Your lower back, relax. Your chest and back, upper back, relax. Your hands, relaxed. Your shoulders and arms, relaxed. You're just breathing in, breathing out. Your upper shoulders and your neck, relaxing those. Up to your ears, relaxing your ears. Then your jaw, your nose, top of your head. So now you're feeling just totally relaxed. And what you're going to do is continue to breathe in through your nose. And you can use whatever word you want. I'm going to give you their word right now, but I've already given you mine, which is relax. So what I always need to do is, because I'm amped 24/7, literally. Well, not when I'm sleeping. Okay, so we'll say 16:8. I'm up. I'm ready to go. I'm not stressed. I'm not in a bad mood. I have running 3 different health-based organizations, big team, reading labs all day, doing research. Like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of issues and challenges that always arise. It's just the way that it is, right? But I'm not overly stressed. I'm not. And one of the things is that I continue to do this work, and then it carries over when you're not meditating. Okay, but I don't want to get us off track, but this literally helps because it brings it to the rest of your life, which is why it helps lead to longevity. Okay, so breathe in through your nose. When all this is going in, you breathe in through your nose, and they say become aware of your breathing. So the nice thing is, if you're thinking about your breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth or nose, up to you, what you're doing is you're focusing on the part of your body that you're relaxing, right? Because you're consciously thinking about it, and your breath. So if you're thinking about your breath and you're thinking about the part of the body you're relaxing, what are you not thinking about? Everything else in your life, right? Like all the things that cause anxiety in your to-do list for the next day before bed. That's why this is so effective. All right. So it's not just before bed. Ideally, you're doing this twice a day. All right. So they say focus on a word, phrase, short prayer, or only your breathing. If you choose, for example, the word one, as you breathe out, say the word one silently to yourself, meaning you don't have to say it out loud. For example, breathe in and then breathe out, and as you're exhaling, say one to yourself, all right? So for me, let's say I would do relax. So breathe in and then out, relax. But I would say relax to myself as I'm breathing out. So, and as I'm giving that exhale, I'm saying relaxed to myself. Now, just one little tip. They don't say to do this, but this is absolutely crucial, okay? In order for the nervous system to relax, the exhale must be longer than the inhale. So, simple way to think about it is 3 seconds in, breathing, 5 seconds out. Focus on breathing into the belly and not lifting your chest. Breathe in. The belly expands, the rib cage expands out left to right, and then when you exhale, the belly actually goes in. And you get rid of all of the air in your lungs. But you're doing it in a relaxed manner. This is not Wim Hof breathing. This is not any type of, fire breathing, lion breathing, none of that, right? This is just relaxed. All you're trying to do is calm that central nervous system, and you're actually breathing in and out very easily, much more easily than you're listening to me right now. I'm just doing it so you can actually hear me through the microphone. Like, that's it. All right. So you're going to continue that for 10 to 20 minutes. No alarm is needed. I like a little vibration. That's it. So like I will set my phone to vibrate, or just a vibration on a timer. That's it. Because you don't want to get the alarm going off, which says, spikes you into cortisol and fight or flight again. So the goal is this: eyes closed, breathe in through the nose, relaxed, out through the mouth, relaxed. That's it. All I'm saying is relaxed. And I'm actually, so it's a good point. I don't use the word relax This goes back to my Mindset and Motivation Monday, so we're starting to get in there a little bit. I use the word relaxed because I'm already telling myself I'm in the state that I want to be, right? So for goal achievement, you don't tell yourself what you're going to achieve, you tell yourself what you have already achieved, right? Like, it's already done. You have to go back to my podcast on that, but it's already been done, right? So now the nervous system's good. Hey, we already did it. We've accomplished it. We don't need to relax. We're relaxed, right? And then focus on the body parts. Relax that one by one by one by one. Keep going through the entire body and calm the body. So this is a very easy meditative practice. If you go into your Ayabone by Equal Life app, you can just access the binaural beats or meditation. I just put on binaural beats because I know the meditation that I'm doing, this one right here, right? So you have the binaural beats playing that's bringing you down, your brain waves down to a much calmer state. You've got your eyes closed, no stimuli, you're focused on your breath, you're calming the individual parts of the body over 5 to 10 minutes, and then you are done. That is it. I'm telling you right now, as you begin to calm that nervous system, you'll be far more productive during the day. It will help with overall anxiety, mood, energy, recovery, and like I stated in that study, it's one of the components to adding more years to your life. Thanks so much, everyone. If this show is helpful, of course, please do feel free to share it with anyone you believe it could serve.